Have you ever lived in a house that felt off? Not haunted in the dramatic Hollywood sense. No flying objects or slamming doors. Just cold. One room. No matter what you do, it's always freezing. I moved into this house 7 months ago. I thought it was a fresh start. I didn't know the cold was watching me. It started like any other rental. A charming old farmhouse in upstate New York. Built in the 1930s. 2 stories, a basement, and just the right price for someone rebuilding their life after a divorce. The realtor didn't mention much about the history. She just said, most tenants don't stay long. I brushed it off. I needed a reset, a place to be alone. But from day one, something felt wrong with the guest bedroom, no matter the season. No matter how much I cranked the heat, that room was always cold. Not chilly, not drafty. Cold, like the air didn't belong in this world. At first, I just kept the door closed. Then I started noticing things. My dog refused to enter the room, just stood in the doorway growling. My plants died within days if I left them inside, and every night, 3:17 I'd wake up, drenched in sweat, even if the house was freezing. But the cold room, always colder. Even the thermostat in there showed bizarre readings. 40 degrees Fahrenheit inside, 70 degrees Fahrenheit outside. I replaced it twice. Same result. I called the contractor. He checked for drafts, leaks, insulation problems. The heating's fine. There's no reason this room should be colder than the rest. He looked nervous. He left before sundown. One night, I decided to clean it out. The landlord said it had been empty for years, behind a false panel in the closet. I found a small wooden box. Inside, a baby shoe. A torn child's drawing of a tall black figure with no face. And a lock of brown hair tied with a pink ribbon. There was also a note. Faded and smudged. Do not let her out. The cold keeps her in. That night, I heard crying, very faint, like a little girl, weeping from inside the walls. I went to the local library. Found an old woman named Edna, who remembered the house. She asked if I'd seen the cold room. I nodded. She sighed and said, that house belonged to the Hanley family. Their daughter, Ruth, died there in 1963. Locked in that room for weeks before anyone found her. Parents said she'd been acting strange. Cold to the touch. Her skin blue. Her body never decayed, not right away. They buried her in the backyard. A year later, the frost started. That's when people say Ruth never really left. I went home feeling sick. That night, I had a vivid dream. I was standing in the cold room. The walls were covered in ice. In the corner sat a little girl, pale skin, lifeless eyes. She turned to me and whispered, "You locked me in here." I didn't want to stay, but the cold made me forget who I was. When I woke up, my bedroom was freezing. The window was open, though I never touched it, and outside, in the snow below, were small barefoot prints leading from the cold room to my window and back. I finally had enough. I had to know what was happening. I brought in a priest. He stepped into the room, paused, and left immediately. "Whatever's in there," he said, "isn't just a spirit. It's trapped pain. And it's growing colder for a reason." I tried blessing the room myself. Burning sage, reciting prayers. The next morning, Every mirror in the house had cracked, and written in the condensation on the bathroom mirror, "It's warm now." I remember. I returned to the cold room one last time. I stood inside, even though it hurt to breathe. The air felt sharp, like inhaling broken glass. I spoke out loud. "Ruth, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to you, but I know you're in pain. I can't change what he did, but I'm here, and I'll listen." For a moment, nothing. Then the room warmed just a little. A breath on my neck. A whisper. "Don't forget me." And then silence. The cold never returned. But the room still feels empty, like a memory slowly fading. I live in the house still. People ask if I ever feel scared. And the truth is, I'm more afraid of forgetting her. Because the cold didn't come from a ghost. It came from a girl no one believed. So if you ever find a room that's always cold, don't shut the door. Don't ignore the chill. Sometimes the cold is the only thing keeping the pain in place.